Hi, it's Jo, and today I'm going to be watching The Gifted Season 2, Episode 9, Game Changer. This is the mid-season finale. I'm not going to survive it. No one's going to survive it. I hope all the characters are going to survive it because they didn't last year, and I'm very stressed and I'm very excited and I cannot wait. Let's go.
Rebecca!
We're going to see what happened to Rebecca's family.
Someone here?
So were they going to send her away? And then she killed them. Sentinel Services? That's extreme. Okay, I'd like to know more about how she nearly killed a teacher, intentionally or not intentionally. And then she kills her family. Oh god. So they have a device ready to keep her under control.
She helped us, you know.
Andy.
She doesn't deserve this at all.
She killed a lot of innocent people.
I'm sorry.
She is crazy.
I'll head up.
We don't trust you. Please tell your parents, Lauren.
Ready?
Oh, that's not possible.
Listen to your daughter.
How upset she was.
Are you going to trust everything anyone ever says to you? Lauren's not going to just make this up, is she?
We have to find a way to destroy the research.
Reed just needs to learn to control his powers somehow.
Risk the lives of every mutant on Earth, just for my sake.
Everybody ready? Great. Here we go.
That's going to be a fun night. Oh, Marcos. Is someone finally going to talk to him?
I have been better. She sent our baby away for the inner circle. Our child, John. How do you fight that?
That wasn't why she sent her away, Marcos. She actually sent her away because she was scared of the inner circle. This is why I hate they're on opposite sides, because they can't talk properly.
They make the country gets more divided. Are human.
Can you just give him a hug for me, please, John?
Okay.
And then he can fight.
I get to take the first shot.
It can be arranged. Didn't miss them last week.
Before it spread.
Why don't you deal with your pain? Go see a counsellor, work through it, rather than this.
They don't know it yet. But I swear to God they're about to find out.
They're not fucking tangling with you, they're trying to survive. Oh, I hate him so much. You might have gathered. This is who you're working with, Sage. I mean, I don't like Rebecca.
Power she could have done. She still has a part to play.
Wonderful. Is Reva gonna say to Andy, do everything I say or else I'll hurt Rebecca? I don't like Rebecca, but I think she probably needed, you know, psychiatric help rather than being sent on a mission.
So hard it hurts.
Oh,
What I'm
Lorna.
doing. When it's done, I will be with Dawn.
You have to believe that, don't you?
Homeland never happens. I'll see you out there.
I think these moments of doubt are going to be crucial for Andy and Lorna to see if they stay with the inner circle or not.
Take him somewhere, get some answers.
It won't be that easy, John.
Clarice.
This is crazy.
This guy isn't a saint. He's
This is not a good team because John is desperate and kind of needs to feel in control of everything that's happening or else he'll just crumble. Marcos is just trying to do anything to not feel the pain of having had his child stolen from him. And Clarice is just going with them because she wants to try and help.
I'm sure of it. I have to believe that it's no accident that I crossed.
I don't like this. It's not going to end well. Oh, Marcos.
Clarice, what's going on?
Things on driveway. Don't
Are those gunshots? What the hell's going on?
Open the trunk. Open the
All right,
trunk.
all right.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Don't look at me, man. I don't know any more than you.
This is like just a mess, but that was so funny. You need to talk to John, Clarice, and like properly like help him work through this. I'm very stressed for the Struckers.
It's hard to say.
I don't trust her, but this won't just be forever.
Why won't it last forever?
Maybe it's easy.
This guy seems very nice, but I don't agree with the project he's working on, and this is all a mess, and I'm very stressed.
You know, you give Marcos a few hours to deal with the loss of his kid.
There's nothing to do with my feelings. All right?
John has everything to do with your feelings. But you can't just jump into it. I mean, I get his impulse, but you can't just jump into it. You have to do some kind of planning. John, careful.
You control the collars in the prisons?
So they could turn them all off.
They're more than welcome to join us.
Of course they are.
Talk about failing upward.
You should have killed him.
Bigger girls.
Definite divisions.
Citizen militia.
They're still loyal to each other, but
Send Fate to handle it. Whoever this is knows too much already. I want them gone.
Faye can have a nice reunion with his old friends.
We need to talk about her brother Andrew.
Oh gosh.
Is this something you've noticed?
No.
He hasn't been living with us.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That wasn't very convincing, Doctor. I'm stressed.
I don't hurt people with my so-called ability.
Not everyone's
Probably
like
normal.
you.
Yeah.
Actually, there's nothing wrong with him wanting to be normal, but you cannot be so selfish as to create something that would be obviously used by force against every other mutant. Good job, Lauren. John,
Hurry up.
he's doing it as best as can. You've scared him enough.
I know. Shouldn't that tell you something? Fine, I'll go.
Right now.
I get that John's spiraling, but he just needs to take a minute and stop.
Right now.
John has been just spiraling all season, and it's just getting worse.
I don't know what you expected.
That was actual truth from Andy yet again, Reva.
What she did was not her fault. It
Hmm.
was theirs.
I'm old enough, Reva.
So manipulative.
We are trying to make a world where she can get the care that she needs. And our next mission is a very...
Do you have the money to make sure she does get the care she needs, Reva? Are you going to prepare to leave? Oh, it's a mid-season finale. This could get messy. Your shoes aren't exactly inconspicuous. Oh god. They did not think this through, leaving it unguarded with Andy around. Children, you have an escape you're trying to be in the middle of. It's hard because how can you help Rebecca? Because if she doesn't want to go into treatment, you can't keep her prisoner.
What are you doing?
Andy, she's unstable.
Reva hates you for what you did at the bank.
Yes, Andy, she wants to kill them. Andy. Puppy love blinding people.
Wait.
Andy,
Oh, Andy.
stay back.
He's gonna blast her. Reva, scream at her! Oh my god. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting him to kill her.
Rebecca! Somebody help!
Oh my god, Andy just killed his girlfriend, or his first love. He was a psychopath who needed psychiatric help.
She's gone.
No. Rebecca!
Oh my god. Oh god, Andy, how's he gonna get through this?
You saved us.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I wasn't expecting that. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of in shell shock.
If you bring up the X-Men right now, so help me God, I will punch you in the...
Oh no. Oh my god. So Faye didn't kill Marcos and John because they're his friends, but he killed the guy that was giving them the information.
Where the
Or
hell?
presumably he didn't shoot at them because they're his friends, because he could have killed Marcos. Oh guys, this isn't time. Can they at least get the information off the computer that he had? Oh, Andy's gonna need a lot of help.
You want to talk?
Not really.
Make him talk. Or at least be there for him while he doesn't talk. He's a kid.
That's who we're going after. The company.
He will want to go after them. But he's a kid, it could
Factory?
maybe have like half an hour. It is poor planning to control them all in one place. I'm glad it's poor planning, but
Every mutant like Rebecca.
even this is manipulating him when he's...
Mission this.
Oh god. I mean, if no one gets hurt, I'm not against going after mutant suppressing collars. But I'm just... people are going to get hurt, aren't they? And Andy could do with, you know, some time to grieve and to process, because he's a child. And even an adult deserves time to grieve and process. He's just a little kid, really.
Our blood's in there.
This is a very stressful time
Adelaide's
because
research.
Andy and Lauren are like connected, right? And feel pain.
We're gonna have a short time to get out of here.
Oh god, I'm stressed.
Don't!
Oh my god. Oh gosh. Now would be the good time for Reed's powers to remanifest. Then he could just accidentally destroy all the research.
Scientific genocide?
Yep.
Reed's grandparents were monsters.
Not all mutants are monsters.
Do you want that potential?
Do you know how many humans there are that have murdered thousands? Should we wipe out humans?
God would curse their family with a son like Noah. Or Andrew.
Bitch.
We both know what your children did in Atlanta.
Saved lots of lives.
Your generations from this.
Come on, Noah. Oh my god.
You wanna see a curse?
Destroy the research! Oh, he's gonna destroy the research. Oh gosh. Oh Noah, he was having a really good life.
Power unleashed. Today,
Chaos.
uprising
Because at least some of those mutants would actually be genuine criminals.
But almost
God. Yep, this was going to be a turning point for Andy and Lauren. Andy and Lorna, you need to stop doing that. Oh no. Guys, this is when you need Clarice to pull for you out there. I love John just protecting Marcos. I'm stressed. Even Fade, like, doesn't deserve to die. He's become very murdery with Reva, but...
We're doing this for the people we love.
Oh. John, you need time to, like, process. You don't need to get, like, attacked. I'm very stressed. This is all happening at once. It's too much. Mid-season finales are too stressful for me. I love it. I hate it. I love it when Lorna flies. Guards, I'd run. See, some of the mutants weren't great. It's very successful. This is still stressing me out. He's just sacrificing himself. I'm so stressed. Come on, Clarice, please be in the area and portal him out of there somehow.
Gotcha.
He let you get him, to be fair. No! Well, I'd like to have words with whoever thought that was a good place to end the mid-season. Just... we have to wait for at least a month. Like, I don't agree to wait. So if they could just give me the rest of the season right now, that would be great, thank you. Oh my goodness, that episode was such a mid-season finale. Okay, starting with John, as that's where we left. Oh, this season, from episode 1, it was clear that John was a little bit off. See, episode 2, I think, was the one where we properly got a bit more of a glimpse of John's mental state. And he's very clearly suffering because everything he was working for, everything he'd built his life to be about, and that made him feel like he had a purpose, was wiped out when the Atlanta Institute was destroyed. The headquarters got destroyed and the underground is barely hanging on, and they've been very reactionary these last few episodes. They haven't had a basis with which to fight. They haven't really been able to do very much, and for John, that was, he lost all purpose in life, and we saw from before he got that purpose he was also lost, whereas now he's lost but he still knows what his purpose is. And I think he did lose himself this episode, and in the last episode, you know, with his desperate rushing off to try and stop the Inner Circle any way possible, and it hurt a lot to watch. So yeah, at the end, sacrificing himself for Marcos, because, you know, as Marcos said, we're doing this for the people we love, and they're doing it for all mutants, aren't they? He sacrificed himself so that Marcos and Faye could get away, and that's just such a John thing to do, but it's also a really stressful thing to do because any mutant in the hands of the Purifiers is not good. I can't imagine that they will drop him off at the local precinct. They're gonna, I don't even want to think about what they're gonna do. Hopefully the Struckers will come home, and at least they'll be on hand as well to help with this. Oh my goodness. I am very, very stressed by this. Clarice, I think, and John, they need to have a proper conversation. And I'm saying this because John is going to get home. Next episode, it's all going to be fine. They need to have a proper sit-down conversation. John needs someone to talk him through his mental state right now because it's not good, because he's lost, he's spiralling, and he's clinging on to anything he can find, any straw he can get, and sacrificing himself for Marcos and Fade was all he could think of. It gave him a purpose, it meant that there was a reason. So Jace being all like, we've got you, well, yeah, because he didn't run away because he stayed so his friends could get away, or friend and former friend could get away. Like, yeah, Jace, well done. You got someone that didn't run. Super. Jace can just go away with his Purifiers. I literally don't care about them at all. Then you have the Inner Circle with Andy. Now, I find actually this season I'm enjoying Andy's character much more than I did last season, and I never disliked Andy's character. He was kind of annoying, but he was 15, so goes to the territory a lot of the time. But this season I find he's such a fascinating character, and in a lot of ways he's heartbreaking to me because he's just a little boy who was bullied at school and wished he could fight back, and now he can fight back. He's big now, he's got his big mutant powers. Isn't he an adult? And Reva she always calls him Andrew. When at no point have we ever seen Andy ask to be called Andrew. So that's something that you would do to a child to make them feel like you treat them like an equal, like an adult. And Reva, every time she talks to him, it's very manipulative. Even this time when she made the point of going, oh, I forget how young you are. So of course Andy says, oh, I'm an adult, I'm grown, I'm a big boy. You know, it was just, it's hard to watch because I do believe Andy believes in what he's doing most of the time, that, you know, he's been someone that has been drawn towards this side since the beginning, but he's very much a manipulated child in all of this. Now with Rebecca, she's a hard one because obviously with her powers, who knows what happened when her parents, she killed her parents, so obviously she killed them for that. But they said that she almost killed her teacher. So now was that a teacher that was genuinely being like an abusive teacher? I doubt it. Probably a teacher that was giving her bad marks, or at most spoke against mutants or something, which, you know, would be cause to like sue the school, or you know, not sue the school, but ask to have a different teacher, less to kill them. So with Rebecca, I think she was just a very mentally unstable person. And life did that to her because she's a kid, you know, that happens. But what she needed was psychiatric help, and with the point we're at now, I honestly don't know what else they could have done but keep her sedated, under control somehow, because she was never going to just sit down and quietly get some psychiatric help. I think they were in a very impossible position with Rebecca. I think Reva was definitely keeping her to use against Andy. I don't think she thought things would go the way they did, but they actually went quite well for her in the long run. It was hard. I think what would have been best for Rebecca would have been when she woke up in the Inner Circle headquarters, terrified and feeling safe for the first time. You know, Andy connected with her and for someone she could trust. That would have been the time for someone to be kind to her, to show her that she didn't have to be scared and angry all the time, to show her a better way to be, just within herself for her own happiness, so that she could try and get better, that she could try and get a more normal mental state back. A mental state that wasn't, that person wronged me, I'm gonna go kill them. And what the Inner Circle did was they made her feel safe, and then they told her, we're part of a war and we're going to use you. They just stirred up all of her crazy, all of her urges to kill people, and did nothing to suppress them. They encouraged them. So they caused this to happen 100%. Like Annie said, what did they expect? And then they were in an impossible position with Rebecca, and I think in the long run at this point, probably killing her was likely going to be the only way to stop her, other than keeping her in that place for forever, which, I mean, you could almost argue that killing her is better than keeping her in that place for forever. So I think Rebecca became a mess that could not be solved, but the Inner Circle made her that mess. And then Andy was just a little boy, like he still is, in puppy love, you know, his first love. He can't think that this wonderful, amazing girl that he's fallen in love with could possibly be evil, so he convinces himself, despite the fact that in the moment when she killed them, you could see he was scared. But he convinced himself, of course, that it was, she's sweet and innocent and she didn't mean it. She's just the victim and she couldn't control herself because, you know, when Andy's powers manifested and he hurt the kids in the school, he couldn't control himself. There have been, like, when he was leaving and he sort of lashed out with his powers at his family, he couldn't control himself, so he kind of thought, oh, Rebecca was like that. And of course, it wasn't the case. No one said to him, Andy, she was in control, which they should have done. And when he freed her, and I think for Andy there was genuine, it was genuine. I think he's a kid, so he's going to make stupid mistakes, and that was definitely one of those. I think he was absolutely horrified when he realised what she was planning on doing, and of course he was. He stopped her. He used his powers on her, and he killed her, which is just, oh, that's dark. I mean, there, like I said, there wasn't much in the way of saving for Rebecca, but for Andy to be the one that did it, I mean, it was an accident at least, but that's going to put him in a really delicate mental position, and I think they needed their plan right now. So even Lorna, I believe she cares about Andy, but even when she went to talk to him and convince him to do the mission, that wasn't what Andy needed right now. Kind of in the same way that Marco's going on the mission didn't need it right after he lost his kid, although Andy, I think, was the more extreme version of that. I worry for Andy. I think this was his chance, almost, this sequence of events, to realise that the Inner Circle were using him and were willing to hurt anyone and weren't great, and he has gone the other way, and I think the success of this mission will also be something that ties into that. Now, as a successful mission, it's hard because I am agreeing with them that those collars are used to perpetuate abuse and terrible crimes. I don't agree with the mutant suppressant collars. 90% of the time they're used, probably they're used inappropriately, but there will be mutants who have genuinely committed crimes because they're bad people, just like there are humans who have committed crimes. And so I think there are going to be a lot of actual genuinely bad mutants that have been freed, and what the Inner Circle have done is they fed into their narrative of mutant uprising, mutants against humans, because all of those mutants are going to have most of them are going to be pretty pissed at humans, and so they really, and humans are going to be thinking, oh no, all the scary mutants have escaped, so it's going to really escalate the Purifiers' topics. Their viewpoint is going to be given, you know, justification, as is the Inner Circle are going to have people joining their cause and people rising up, so they have definitely destabilised the whole country of America. I mean, maybe the rest of the world's just watching America like, oh dear, we treat our mutants well over here. I doubt it, but you know. So I think, yeah, I just, the Inner Circle are willing to kill a lot of people and cause a lot of suffering to mutants as well as humans to get their goal, and I don't agree with it. So I feel very, very badly. And, you know, we didn't touch any more on last episode when Lauren and Lorna, I do get those names muddled in real life as well as in the show, when she had the blood drawn and Andy felt it in his arm, I was wondering if one of them was going to get injured at some point in either of their storylines and they were going to feel it, and we didn't have that, but that was just a little tease into their bond. And, you know, the horrible scientist recognised that Lauren had 2 different X genes in her blood, like the Struckers, because they are connected. So we're definitely going to be playing more into that, and I think it's interesting that Andy has gone further down the path towards evil, or towards being willing to do whatever. I don't know, they haven't helped him through killing Rebecca, they've kind of just forced him through it, and I don't think that's going to be good for him in the long run, and I need to stop fiddling with my necklace, even though it's a really cute little owl. Sorry, my brain is scrambled by this episode. So Lorna, I'm glad we saw both Lorna and Marcus dealing with what happened with Dawn. I feel bad for Marcus that he doesn't know where she is, and of course the way he's going to see it is the Inner Circle made Lorna get rid of the baby, or not even that, but just it was because it was for the Inner Circle. Lorna would rather be with the Inner Circle than with her baby, and it's kind of true. I know Lorna believes that she's creating a world that will be, she can be with Dawn for forever in the future and live happily ever after. I don't think Lorna is being horrible at all, but I think, you know, Lorna could have taken Dawn and ran and been safe with her somewhere else, but she didn't. She sent the baby away from both of them, from both parents, and I can see why Marcus would think that, especially when Lorna didn't elaborate on the situation, and of course she didn't, because she's loyal to the Inner Circle and Marcus is on the other side, and it's a mess, and my heart is still absolutely broken for Marcus. He needed some time to deal with that loss, and I think he would have come through it and come out stronger. I'm hoping in the next arc he will do, and I'm hoping in the next arc John will also put himself together. Then we had the Struckers. Obviously no one agrees with that scientist. I feel very bad for Noah. I think he was someone who individually, there is nothing wrong with wanting to be normal. If he had a mutant power that he genuinely couldn't control, then getting that dealt with, having a way to stop that, that's fine. He was a kid though, so I'm not entirely sure that he couldn't. The same way I think Reed probably could learn to control his. I'm not entirely sure whether or not Noah could have just learned to control it in the first place. And we saw how much he believed in it and how much he believed in the scientists. So then of course when her prejudice comes out and she says, you know, no family deserves someone like Noah or whatever, they, oh, how awful for him to have that woman that he loved, for having given him his family back, given him a normal life, his life back. He viewed her as a saviour, someone that cared about him, and her true colours came out. She is as prejudiced as her brother. She just doesn't believe in violence. Although I don't know how she, I mean, she would 100% have been supportive of forcing that on all mutants, saying that Lauren should never have been born. I mean, I'm still worried about the Von Strucker bond, that it will somehow mess with Lauren's head and turn her into someone she isn't, but I believe that the show would be wasting a brilliant character if they did that for more than a series arc, so fingers crossed. But I like that Lauren, I mean, I feel like Reed and Caitlin should have listened to Lauren. Lauren was not going to be making that up, was she? You know, she's pretty rational, she doesn't bother them with her concerns unless it's a life or death, so I think they took a long time to be convinced. But I'm glad that they just fully came around and agreed to the plan, and they trusted Lauren to do her parts of the plan. And just Lauren being able to use her powers as if it was brilliant. I agree with what everyone's saying. Lauren needs to start training, because her powers could be so strong if she did. And I like that Noah helped. I think he didn't do it for all mutants, but he did it when he realised that scientists didn't actually care about mutants, so there was no way it would actually be for good. And I agree that that research should have been destroyed. I hope it was done completely, and I hope the Struckers got out safely and that they can go home and help get John back. And it's all a mess. Everything in this episode was basically just a huge mess. The Inner Circle are doing brilliantly. I think that run will have to end eventually. Just, you know, obviously other than Rebecca killing all the people, they've been pretty much getting whatever they wanted done. And I think if every episode of this season the Inner Circle just succeed, it would get kind of dull. So I'm hoping that in the next half season the Underground's gonna figure some things out. They need to basically, last season the Underground just got destroyed. They got, you know, scattered and splattered, and this season they need to try and build themselves back into something that's a core. And I hope Andy and Lorna, why do I have that problem with getting Lauren and Lorna mixed up? Andy and Lorna will rejoin them and make some kind of a strong team against them. Maybe even someone like Esme might join them, although I doubt the Frost sisters would ever actually split up. But this was such a good episode, but the way it ended, it was quite like, no, the next scene now, and then the one after that, and the one after that. So I think the only thing that this calls for is hibernation until it comes back. So yeah, thank you for watching.